directly in the chat box anytime, and there will be a staff collecting them. You can wait until the Q&A session. I think it's time. It's already 9. Let's get started. On this occasion, I would like to invite Ajahn Dr. Vilawan Champakel, Associate Dean, School of Liberal Arts, to deliver the opening speech. Please welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our English for Professional Development Open House Day. Okay. It's such a great honor for me to give an opening speech today. Don't think that it's an opening speech. It's just a welcoming notes for everyone. Okay? For those who are interested in our program, we are very welcome, all of you. All right. So actually, it's the first time for our EPD program to run this online open house. We have never run this kind of event before. So it's such a special, very special, and it's our very first time, right, to be online like this. Okay. So please apologize for any inconvenience or any interruption that may occur, okay, during our open house. Okay. Our English for Professional program has run since 2012. Okay. So it's been 9 years already. All right. And there are about 40 or 50 students internationally. So you can see that all of our students are from different backgrounds, okay? Mostly in Southeast Asia and China. Okay? Many students coming from China, including Bhutan, Malaysia, Indonesia, Republic of Laos, Myanmar, and also Thailand. Right? So students who are studying and living here, they will enjoy their life, and also they are enriched with cultural diversity. Okay, so apart from learning academically, you also learn about friendship. Okay, and you will have international students and experience international environment here. So I'm very glad to be with you today, and you will meet. So today you will meet our professors, our current students, and our alumni. Then you will get to know more about our program. Okay? We offer both master's degree and PhD program. Okay? All right. I think I will hope you learn a lot about our program, and if you are interested in our program, please join us. Okay, so we welcome you on board. All right. Thank you very much, Khun Pachari.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Vilawan, for your speech. And next, it will be the really short video presentation about our program. So the participant will get to know more. So let's take a look.
I choose EPD because I trust in curriculum. I trust in lecturers. I trust in learning resources. I have improved a lot in terms of skills and professionals. Moreover, for my students, I can use the knowledge and experience that I get from studying EPD to develop my students' skill, especially in English. Recently, I just got the reward from international conference from Burapha University.
And so when I found Mae Fah Luang University and their English for Professional Development program had to offer things that I really wanted and I was really looking for. So yeah, that's the reason why I chose it, especially their research and theoretical courses side by side offered a very strong basis for me and to make my choice. That is basically, I'm very interested in research and my professional career had to go with that, so I was looking for a program in PhD that would enhance my skills in doing research. And the professional development program for PhD at Mae Fah Luang gave me that, those skills and features that I need.
I was thinking that I would like to follow up about what I had studied during my bachelor degree, which is I came from English education department, and that was the reason why I continued to study in my master degree program. In this occasion, I would say that Mae Fah Luang University gives me such valuable knowledge and values, especially all the things related with English for professional development, how I could improve my academic and professional study courses that help me increase or actually improve my competence, especially in English education, and also my current interest, which is in discourse analysis. I would say that that would be the best thing for the exposures, which I am more interested into research. I would love to say that English professional development has helped me a lot in these research interests and ideas.
So I hope you find our program interesting and may want to know more. So we have two coordinators with us today to give you more information about the admission requirements and also the program structure. So first of all, I would like to invite Ajahn Dr. Vilawan once again to talk about the requirements and the structure of the MA program.
All right. Thank you, Kun Pacharin. Okay. Talking about our program, master's degree in English for professional program. Actually, for the requirements of the program, so if you are, we would welcome anyone who has bachelor's degree in, firstly in English language program. Okay, and also if you graduate with any related fields, like in any fields from bachelor's degree, and would like to pursue your education for English for professional development. So you would like to develop, let's say if you would like to develop yourself in terms of English education, and you would like to develop your profession, you are very welcome to be in our program. Okay, and of course, if there are two plans, okay, for students. First, it's research plan. So you will take the coursework for 1 year, 1 academic year, and another year will be your research. So it will take about 2 years for studying in the master's degree in terms of research. And another plan is for independent study. So you will have to take 1 year for your coursework and 1 semester for another 3 elective courses, okay? And 1 semester for your independent study on your interest, on your topic of interest. All right, so there are 2 plans. And actually, let me show you the program concentration. Okay, please be patient with my computer. So I have to share. Can I share my screen? All right. Can you see my presentation here?
Yes, we do.
All right, great. So our master's degree in English for professional development, for our our philosophy. Okay, so according to our outcomes of learning, right, we both our MA and PhD for professional development, we aim for developed firstly for our English language competency. Okay, so we are very confident that our students will have English competency, right, after graduation, and also the intercultural competence. So students will have be able to communicate and have developed their intercultural communicative competence, and also their leadership skill in research. Okay, so they will learn how to what to do in the research and how to carry out their research, and also their academic and innovation. Okay, so these are the core of the program, okay, for both MA and PhD. For the program concentration in master's degree program, okay, as you can see, we aim for linguistic and cultural knowledge, and as well as the understanding and competency in English language, and the ability to creatively apply English language to their professions. So even you are in teaching profession in or other professions, you also apply all the knowledge gained from the program in terms of English language and linguistic and cultural knowledge. All these will bring about to happen to improvement and development in your own professions. Okay? So the courses will focus on, firstly, the linguistics course. Okay? So you learn about linguistics, about language. Okay, and then so you are prepared. Firstly, it's the first course that you are prepared. If you have background in linguistics before, that will be a great advantage for you. So you will have ability to improve yourself in the program. Okay? So linguistics is the requirement for the program. Okay? And then the so link to linguistics course, you are entitled to learn socio-linguistics course. Okay? So it's about socio-cultural aspects and language itself. Okay? How language is related to the society, and how can you apply that into your own profession. Okay? And more importantly, you are about to learn second language acquisition. Okay? So it's about the theory in terms of language acquisition, how second language is acquired. Okay? So it's all about theory, and then application. Okay, so these are the core courses that you have to learn, and after that, you will get some ideas what to do in your research. Right? So while you are studying, you have to think about your own research project. Actually, you may have your research concept or your research topic in mind, okay, along the time that you are studying in the program. All right, that will be great. And then you will learn about the theory and research methodology. Okay, what types of research, the research designs that will be appropriate for your own interests. Okay, it might be quantitative research or qualitative research. Okay, so all this you will learn in the program. Okay. So in our program, they are divided into two plans. Okay? Basically, the first plan, as I suggested earlier, it's the research plan. Okay, so both research plan and independent study plan, you also learn together. Okay? The same core courses. Okay? So for the we call plan 2.1a. Okay? No, it should be 2A. Okay, I'm sorry, plan 2A. So for the first, these are the core courses, okay, the core courses that you and everyone in the program will have to study. Okay? So it's linguistic course, socio-cultural aspects of English language. Okay? For the course English for Graduate Studies, if this one will be the preparation course for those who would like to improve their English language skill, or if you feel your English language capabilities, it doesn't meet our requirement. Okay? So you will have to take this course. So you can see that it's 0 credit. It's a kind of preparation course. And another course, Advanced Academic English Literacy. This one you will learn about how to write, you know, like how to write academically. Okay, and then second language acquisition and research design. So these are the core courses, and the core courses for the minimum credit is 15 credits. So for the first semester, you will take 4 courses. And then for the second semester, for Plan A students, the research design methodology will be studied in second semester. Okay? And then you will choose 3 elective courses. Okay? And then for the second year, semester 1 and semester 2, you take thesis. All right. So that's plan A. And then plan B, the same courses taken for the first semester of year 1. And then for semester 2 in year 1. Okay, so you learn research design methodology and 3 elective courses. So the same study program, okay, for both plans. And for students in year 2, apart from independent study, you also take elective courses for 2 more courses. And then independent study again. So let's see the list of courses that you may be interested in for the each semester. Hold on a second. Another important thing that you may be reminded in our program.
对，他9点开始嘛，他就说，不过他是硕士一起。那个交了吗？没有，我。
All right. Let me present. Let me share. Can you see the study structure here? Okay. So for MA program, there are 2 tracks. Okay. The 2 tracks here refer to your course concentration. Okay. According to your interest, if you are interested in English language teaching track, so your elective courses will cover all of these. Okay. Another track will be about professional English. Okay. So if you are not in English language teaching career, you are in other careers like in if you are working in an international organization and you are interested in this track, you may be interested in this track, you can take of these courses. But both you can take any courses in any tracks. Okay. The first track, so these are the elective courses that you may take. Okay? The first one for ELT or English language teaching, they are all about principles for English language teaching. Okay? So you learn about the principles or theories in teaching English. Okay? And then curriculum design and development. So you learn about how to design your course, your curriculum, your teaching plan, things like this. And materials design. So this is very important for being teacher. You have to cater your materials that are suitable or appropriate for your students in your classroom. So materials design will be another option. And English language assessment and evaluation. Of course, you learn about what are the assessment, right? What form of assessment or evaluation will be appropriate for each task, for each course, for each English courses. Innovation in English language teaching, right? During this new normal era or during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay? So we all know and learn about innovation, which is online teaching and learning. Right? So we cannot avoid this. Right? And it's very important for teachers to increase their skills and ability in teaching and using innovation appropriately and functionally and effectively. Teaching English language and culture, teaching English for specific purposes, okay? And then directed studies in ELT. Okay? So these are elective courses for English language teaching track. Another track is professional English. Okay? So courses are very interesting. Okay? Like English for communication in organizations. Okay? So like you are working in different organizations, international organizations, you may be interested in improving your professional communication skills. Okay, it's not just English itself, but how and how effectively you can communicate, okay, across cultures and across organizations. Okay? And then this course analysis, okay, or pragmatics for professional communication, that's very interesting. Okay? That will turn theory into practice, how to use language for professional communication, okay, in the real context. Or the course like multimedia application for professional communication, okay, or global Englishes. So as you know, English is used or spoken around the world. So there may be variety of English, right? So that could be global Englishes, language and culture in the workplace, right? Or research in professional development, corpus linguistics, and directed studies. So that's the overview of MA program, okay, for now. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Vilawan. Then may I also invite Ajahn Dr. Sasima Jalubut to discuss the requirements for the PhD program, please.
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning. Welcome everyone. Thank you for your interest in our program. Okay, from here, for this section, I will talk about the PhD program. Okay. So our PhD program is the concentration is in professional development, just the same as the MA program. Okay, the PhD program is good for these people, right? So if you are English language instructors, right, at schools or universities, right, you will find that our program is useful for you. Or if you are English language program managers, okay, or teacher educators, researchers, policy makers, or if you are administrators and staff of international institutions, or even you are owners of English language schools, right? So our programs are prepared for you, right? But if you are none of these, okay, but you are interested in pursuing the PhD program in English for professional development, right? Don't worry if you belong to this group, okay? Please just come in and talk to us, okay? We will find out how we can make the program respond to your needs and to your interest, okay? The specification of our PhD program, right, by the title, by the program title, English for Professional Development, we includes these areas in our program. So that means all the courses and research areas will be concerned about English language policy planning and management, or English language teaching and learning, right? Or if you are instructors and you are interested in developing curriculum or instruction, right? You are also welcome to pursue some research in this area. And if you are interested in the use of English language as an international language, right, the general situations of the status of English used nowadays, right? English as an international language, this is also another area that you can work on. Or if you are interested in particular in the English language itself, right? The language analysis in terms of English linguistics and applied linguistics. This is also one of our concentration area. Okay. For the requirements, the PhD applicant, okay, if you are interested in applying to our program, you should have your background in master's degree, right, in these areas, right? It could be in English, right? It could be MA or MEd in English, or it could be in TESOL area, teaching English to speakers of other languages, or in other related professional fields such as education management, business management, information technology, or even in other disciplines, all right? We welcome multidisciplinary background, right? But the research, okay, in the area, the research that you will conduct to fulfill the requirement will be English, right? In English area, but it could be the English that you can use to develop your own profession. Okay. The English language proficiency scores, you will have to obtain the scores from standardized examinations, standardized tests, and the scores must be a 2-year valid. So that means you have to, if you want to apply this year, right, the scores that we can accept must be taken in the year 2019 or after, not before that, right? And the TOEFL, the criteria for the English proficiency scores, right, for TOEFL ITP, it's 550. TOEFL IBT Internet-based, 80. The IELTS band 6, and you can also take the local test, which our university also offer this test, which is called MFU TEP, and you must obtain the scores of 55 out of 100. Okay. Other requirements, you are also required to submit research proposal. It could be the tentative research proposal that you would like to conduct for your dissertation, right? So the proposal should be about a brief one, right? About 3,000 to 5,000 words, or 5 page to 10 pages, A4 pages, right? And in the proposal, it should include the problem statement, the research objectives, research questions, research framework, methodology, and expected outcome. So at least just give us some idea about what you are interested in and what you think you would like to develop, right, as a research to fulfill the requirement. For the online admission, for the exam, we also have admission exam. Okay, and the exams include 2 parts. The first part is written exam, which is an essay on general perspectives on English language. Okay, you don't have to be, even though you are not an English language instructors, right, or you come from other disciplines, okay, but the exam is just a broad perspective, a very general perspective on English. So, and you will respond to some questions in the exam from the perspective of English language learners or English language users, right? So even though you are not in this English language professional field, right, don't worry about that. The other part is the interview. So this is the part when you will get to talk to the program committee. And we would like to know more about you, about your general background information, about your current status, why you would like to study here, what kind of research are you interested in, and what are your purposes in studying with us, okay, including your attitudes, right, your personality, and your future plan after graduation, right? So both exams will be conducted online, right? Once you submit your application, okay, our staff will contact you to set up the examination date, okay? So for the program structure, the PhD program is the full-time, and it's the weekday program, okay? But so far, we have been offering the courses online due to the situation this year, okay? In the future, okay, we are thinking about actually offering the courses, continuing offering the courses online. However, this is not finalized yet. So please just stay tuned for our future updates. Okay, but if you have some conditions, all right, that you might not be able to stay on campus, right? Just feel free to discuss this with us, right? We may be able to cater your needs. Okay, so the structure, the program structure, we offer only one plan, right? And it's a 3-year program, okay, including 66 credits. It consists of 30 credits for coursework. So for 30 credits, it is divided into 6 courses of required, the core courses, okay, and 4 elective courses. So altogether it's 10 courses that you will have to take, and then after that, you will do the doctoral dissertation, which is 36 credits. So the 3 years plan looks like this. The first and the second semester, you will spend it on courses. Okay, the first semester, 5 courses, all the required courses. The second semester, 5 courses, but 1 required courses and 4 elective courses. In the second, and then after the first year, you will take the qualifying exam, which will, it's an exam that will test you on on your readiness, right, to take the research, right, the doctoral dissertation research. It will test your background knowledge, right? If you have enough background, right, to continue with your research. And the second year and third year, right, 4 semesters will be spent on doctoral dissertation. So altogether it's 66 credits. Right? So if you are working hard and stick to the plan, you will be able to graduate in 3 years. Okay. And this is the list of the required courses: theory and research in English usage, dissertation and research paper writing, theory and research in second language education, English language program management and policy, research methodology, and current trends and innovations in English language research. These are 6 required courses. And the elective courses, right? You are free to choose the ones that you are interested in, right? Corpus linguistics, policy and planning, English as a lingua franca, English language program evaluation, intercultural communication, globalization and English language program management and policy, and seminar in English language program management and policy. For the details, the description about the course, I think that the instructors will introduce the course after this. For the possible research areas, once you are here, if you are a member, our member already, the research area that you can conduct includes these areas: instructional model development, materials design, or you can work on teaching intervention, right? An experimental design, right? For example, testing some instructional methods, or some model, right? So these are some examples of the research that our students and our alumni have taken, right? Inquiry-based learning, online and blended learning, genre-based approach, right? Using technology in language classroom, problem-based learning and language learning strategies. Or you can conduct research on second language acquisition, intercultural communication, self-access learning, learner autonomy, discourse analysis, English linguistics, corpus linguistics, English language education policy, such as English medium instruction policy, and teachers' professional development. So these are the areas that our staff members, our faculty members are specialized on. And these are the example of our research, our students' research and publications. Right? They since 2016, okay, up to now. Okay, so some of them work on, the first one is on the intervention, the instruction, the new instruction that they implemented in reading comprehension. And the second one, the genre-based approach, okay, integrating culture into foreign language teaching, problem-based blended learning, or analysis of some literary works, right, in terms of males and females culture, right? And some case studies of teacher education and intercultural teaching and perception. And there are many more of this. Okay, so if you are interested in applying, we are right now opening for application, okay? And I will leave this on for a moment so that you can get the information. If you need more information about the program, okay, you can get it from the link of our webpage, okay? And if you are international applicants, you can apply via Global Relation Division, our university's international service, okay? If you are Thai applications, you can apply via the admission division, okay? So we separate the Thai and the international applications, but anyway, they will forward your application to our program in the end, and then we will set up the examination date. However, you can also apply directly to our program's email, all right? Submit application and all the related documents. You can find out about the documents from these websites, okay? You can always apply directly to our email, and the application is open until June this year. Okay, if there are some questions, I will be very happy to answer your questions during the Q&A session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Sasima and Ajahn Dr. Vilawan for the overall of the overview of the program requirements and the program structure. And as we can see on our screen that we have like lots of people joining us today, and we also have our instructors with us today. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite each of the instructors to briefly introduce yourself and also the courses you are responsible for. So according to my list, may we begin with Ajahn Dr. Sasima, please?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm okay. So as you know, my name is Sasima Jarubut. Okay, I'm teaching 2 courses in the PhD program. One is Theory and Research in Second Language Education, which is about a study of second language acquisition in relation to second language teaching pedagogy. So basically the course is about the process that a person acquires the second language, right? Which is, in this case, the second language is English language. And it's about factors that can best support a person to learn the second language so that we can understand how learners learn, and as teachers, we can provide appropriate education that optimizes their learning. So in this course, we examine some theories and research on English language learning and teaching. Okay, the course is offered in the first semester, first year of the PhD program. And the second course that I teach is English as a lingua franca in professional context. This one is an elective course, which is about current situations and critical issues of English language use around the world. It's also about different English language varieties, some research about the use of English as an international language, and applications of English as an international language in institutional policy and language pedagogy. So this course, the English as a lingua franca, is offered in the second semester of the first year of PhD program. So if you are interested, I hope that we will meet in class next year. Okay, thank you.
All right. May I have Dr. Marirat, please? Dr. Manirat, are you with us? So let me proceed to the next person, please. Dr. Vilawanค่ะ
Right. Hello again. I am Vilawan Japmakel. My background is in curriculum and instruction, and also in teaching English as a foreign language. The courses that I'm responsible for, both in MA and PhD program. For the MA program, I teach elective courses like curriculum design and materials design. And for PhD program, I teach let's say dissertation and research paper writing. Right? So you learn about the advanced grammar in writing dissertation and your research paper, and also how to prepare and how to write your dissertation, as well as your publication, right, for your future. And another course, it's intercultural communication course. So this course, you will learn about the approaches to intercultural communication study and how that will be related to education, okay? Like in terms of multicultural education. Right? Thank you.
May I ask your favor for the rest of the instructor to turn your camera on, please, so I could know who's ready to the talk. Do you mind turning your camera on, please? Thank you very much. Next, we will go on to Associate Professor Dr. Sorabut Rungrosuwan. Oh, you are in the car. We can't hear you. Okay.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, all right.
Good morning. I'm Ajahn Sorabut. My background is in linguistics, and I'm responsible for PhD course in theory and research in English usage. For this course, we will introduce you some basic concepts and theories in linguistics. You will know how linguists or scientists studying about language classify or view language, and I will show you how to apply or how these kind of concepts will be used in English language study, and you will have chance to practice analyzing linguistic data and also conduct some mini research project. And by the end of the course, you will be producing a small research paper as well. And this will be the first time that you will have chance to work on research in PhD level. That is my course. I hope to see you next year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us, Ajahn, and have a safe drive. Next, we will have Ajahn Dr. Pon Sawan, please.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Pon Sawan Impin. My background is about English, but anyway, I'm interested in technology innovation for English language learning and teaching. So my specializing topics are involved with blended learning, innovation in English language teaching, and also ESL reading. So for PhD level, teaching innovation and current trend in English language research. And this course is about the evolution, changes, new directions, and approaches of English language research. And also we just talk about the impact of globalization, socio-economics, and socio-cultural development in English language research. Hope to see you all next year. Thank you.
Then let me have Ajahn Dr. Pirankana, please. Ajahn Dr. Pirankana, turn on your microphone, please.
Sorry. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name's Pitun Kana Pitien. So my background is about so exactly I am the alumni in this program. Okay, so I have been teaching in MA level. So the course that I teach is Advanced Academic English Literacy. So for this course, just like encourage you to create your entitles of the dissertation, so thesis. Okay, so it means that you will begin from the title. Okay, do you know that how can you create the title of your proposal or even your thesis? And then this course that I encourage you to create your structures, the structures of the genre, like concept paper or proposals, until the presentation. You will know how to create it. Okay, thank you.
Next, please.
Good morning. I am Ajahn Nipaporn Thammasorn. Okay, my background is about communication and language and communication. Okay, my interest is communicative language teaching and English for specific purposes. Okay, I'm just here in the EPD team. Okay, and thank you so much for seeing you today.
Yes, please, Ajahn Thanitha.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning, everyone. My name is Thanitha Lasamijalan, so you can call me Ajahn Jom. My interest and my concentration about research is about linguistics and sociolinguistics. Okay, and I have been teaching English linguistic course for the first year MA student, and we just hope that this is our first love at first sight, actually, because of I would like to say that although this program is not a linguistic program, but we would learn how to apply or implement the principal knowledge in linguistics to your own professional development. Because linguistics can be applied and implemented in many fields. Okay, so we will learn together about how we acquire the language and how humans learn the second language, or some what we call like psychological development or something. Okay, good to see you all today. Thank you.
Ajahn Dr. Atima, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ajahn Atima Yangsaat. So actually, I'm responsible for teaching second language acquisition. So in this course, you will be introduced to second or foreign language theories and practice for language teaching and assessing. And you will also be introduced to basic study in second language acquisition and their pedagogy implications in order to recognize the importance of grounding your teaching philosophy through an examination of purpose, contents, and techniques. Hope to see you on class. Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly, we have Ajahn Dr. Silikon and Ajahn Dr. Panchali on the same screen.
On the same screen, yes. So good morning and welcome you guys to our program. I help Ajahn Sasima as a co-teacher in the course of English as a lingua franca in professional context, and my interests are about like global Englishes, about the materials development, and towards the assessment and teaching stuff. Next.
Okay. And my name is Ajahn Dr. Panchali Thongpanit. I haven't taught any courses yet, but maybe we can work together in the future. And my background is actually in literature. So my specialties is in creative writing, children's literature, and post-colonial literature. So anyone who's interested in literature and wanted to use it in their own like professional or career path, yep, hopefully we can work something out.
Yes, in your own context too. Right?
Yeah.
So hope to see you guys.
Okay.
So, do we still have Ajahn Dr. Manirat with us?
I'm sorry.
Good morning, Ajahn. Could you please introduce yourself and the courses you are responsible for?
I'm running out of my battery, so I'm sorry that I may not show up that properly. But my background is first in applied linguistics, and lastly, it is about management and policy. So in master degree program, I may meet some students in some elective courses like Principles of English Language Teaching, which is if you are interested in management of your class, this course is going to help you to see principle theories. I may say that this one is about helping you to see how theories meet practices, things like that. So you're going to learn how to take a look first at the background theories in the past up until nowadays, things like that, and then apply it in your classroom. Okay, for a PhD program, my interest is about international issues, global issues, things like that. So I focus on particular policy and its implementation. However, I try to take a look at English language teaching, how we can manage the class while we have different students from different backgrounds, things like that. Background in this one is about cultural, linguistic backgrounds, things like that. So that is what my background, and I hope to see you in both programs, hopefully. Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajahn. And as you can see that our program offer like a wide range of courses and also opportunities for different fields of research, right? And it seems like we go very fast on this session. However, if you would like to know us more, please come and be part of our program. Yeah. And now let's see what supports and services that our program and the university offer for graduate students. And then first, Ajahn Dr. Pirun Kana will talk about opportunities for scholarships and grants. And then Dr. Panchali will talk about academic support the students will get when they are part of our program. So may I invite both Ajahns, please?
Thank you, Ka. Okay, I will share my screen first. Okay, so will you hear me? Okay, so you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so good morning again. Okay, so I will responsible to tell you about the opportunity. How can you get some grants? Okay, so student supports and event services. Okay, so first of all,นะคะ, so we have the thesis and dissertation support grants, also research presentations or publication support. And one thing is the new from last year that the nominations of outstanding dissertation and thesis graduate studies, okay? And the last sections will talk about students' activity. Okay, so first of all, if you decide to study with us in our program or even university will support you, the thesis support grants for master's degree level in plan A1. For plan A1, seems like you will do the thesis. So you will get to not exceed 30,000 baht. And for plan A2, it means that you will conduct the IS that you will get the grant not exceeding to 15,000. Okay. And for PhD level, that could be like you will get some grant support from master degree to PhD degree, not exceeding to 20,000 baht. Okay. And how can you get eligible for your thesis or dissertation support grant? It means that you will be the graduate students in any program or in our program that you require to conduct your thesis or dissertation and not be in debt to the universities or not being an extended study period and having passed the thesis or dissertation proposal defense. Okay, and for support grants for research presentation. Okay, so for this period, it means that after you get some approval from committee, so universities, you will get some support grants for research presentation according to the regulation that you have to publish your presentation or even you have to conduct research articles, okay, published. And the symposiums or research publication in an academic journal. Okay, so you will get the rate according to, if you publish in the international level, it means that in Thailand. So you will get the support with 5,000 baht. For international level, you will get 10,000 baht for support if you publish it or even you present in the symposiums or conference. And for to be eligible for the grant, so means that you have to be the graduate students, okay, and not in debt in the universities. Okay, and one more thing is that move. Okay, so means that now you are in a part of some part of your dissertation or thesis or even independent studies that could be accepted by the symposiums for the presentation or even for the academic journals or publication. So after you get some acceptance, so you will have a chance to get some support grant. So there are more than that. Even you are graduate student, so it means that you will get one chance to get only one grant. Okay, if you think that you will publish two, right? You will publish two articles, but you have just only one chance to get one grant. Okay, for all of you. Okay, and then if the applicant get some approval from dissertation or thesis supervisors, event program or committee, yes, so you can apply for this program to get the grant to support your presentation and your publication as well. And next one, you must not violate any conditions or regulation of the different grant provider in case of the applicant have received and has applied for a grant from the different source. Okay. And the new upcoming from last year until the next year forward. So you can be a chance to nominate for outstanding dissertation and thesis graduate studies. In this program, it means that there is a place into three different three disciplines. Three disciplines group in terms of health science, science and technology, and then humanities and social science. For our EPD program, now we are in the humanities, social science. Okay, so I will tell you how can you get some nomination. Okay, for the criteria of the dissertation and thesis nomination for the outstanding place. Okay, it means that your thesis and dissertation will be conducted and authored by MW graduate students. So it means that after you finish your dissertation or your thesis, right? So the thesis or dissertation must be written in English. Eventually, for other programs, it can be written in Thai, but for our program, so it could be written in English and be in one of these conditions and published in the national and international academic journal. I mean that after you finish write your dissertation and you publish your article, the article could be published in international or national academic journal. Okay, and it be in one of these conditions. Okay. And for the grant that you will get award for most outstanding for the dissertation, you will get 30,000 baht per one disciplinary group. Okay, that I mentioned you guys, there are 3 disciplinary groups. And for thesis, you will get 20,000 baht per disciplinary group. Okay, and you can see that you have chance to get 3 grants. Okay, and for criteria for the selection, it means that your thesis and dissertation must be original. It means that you cannot duplicate from the previous thesis and dissertation as well. Or even it should include a clear hypothesis, and you can use an appropriate research methodology and instruments for finding evidence, and be written in the record format with a clear explanation according to the format that the university provides you. And then it should be generate a new theory or new idea is proving previous theory, so making a significant contribution to the previous theory. Okay. So for the students' activities, let's say, exactly, it could be done like a workshop or training session for even master or PhD students. Like research ethics, that they will run the program or the activity for you like annually, as well as they will support you with the information retrieval and references, or even in notes webs training, including writing for publication as well. For further information, yes, sure, I think that you can, okay, so I think that you can take a look on the website. Okay, let me tell you. For further information, you can go to our website, postgrads.mfu.ca.th. So you can see that we have a lot of information. If you're interested in scholarship and you want to make sure that you will have some qualifications or not, suppose that if you decide to study here, okay, so you get some information for eligibility, or even English proficiency program, or even publication, or even information. So you can get some information right here. Thank you for your listening. And next section is going to be the activities that Ajahn Panchali will talk to you about our program activity support to students.
Thank you,ค่ะอาจารย์พิรุณคณะ so you also next you will see a video of the student support and services, like the activities we do per year. So I assure you that the what do you call you won't feel bored or feel like there's nothing to do. That won't happen. So we're going to start with all the support and services we have here. We have invited guest speakers from around the world outside the university. And also we have visiting scholars such as Dr. Paul Masida, who specializes in second language writing, and also others who specialize in innovation and technology and English as a lingua franca. Also, this is Dr. Paul Masida. So that's why these will expand your knowledge on like other fields and the development, like in the field that you might be interested in. Also, we have keynote sessions and academic workshops for you to develop your skills. So if you feel like you need to use statistics, for example, you can get to improve your skills in many ways. Or even for global Englishes, we've got Dr. Saksit to do these talks. And besides that, we have workshops for critical and creative thinking, research publication, and other and much more activities. And the seminars, it's not just to give feedbacks to students, but also for to evaluate give feedback to your work. And we also encourage people to publish the papers and present them. So with that in mind, welcome to our program if you are interested in this. Thank you. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much, Ajahn. I think now it's time for Q&A. In order like to provide information or even answers for those who are curious in different kind of questions, right? So I think I will give the floor to Ajahn Dr. Nipaporn to carry out the Q&A session. อาจารย์ดร.นิพาพร are you here
For Q&A, please, อาจารย์สิริกร and อาจารย์
Oh, I'm so sorry.
อาจารย์
I'm so sorry.
บัญชรี right?
Right.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
You're
may I
welcome,
invite อาจารย์
ค่ะ
Dr. พิรุณคณา and อาจารย์ Dr. ปัญชลี please.
Okay, thank you. I can see. So, are there anyone at home who's not part of the staff? If you have any questions, you can turn on the microphone now. This is your golden time for any of your questions. Also, if you are not sure how to frame the question, you can also put the question in the chat box. We have the staff who can send us the question from the chat box. So any questions are welcome. Yes.
อาจารย์ปัญชลีค่ะ I can take a question from our
from the email.
Yeah, from the email. All right. One question is asking about the professions that they can perform after graduation. So, from master's degree program, I think the profession that they can carry on graduate can be English language teacher first, because most of our students currently they are in.
Excuse me,อาจารย์ Dr. วิลาวัน I'm sorry for interrupt, but อาจารย์ปัญชลี could you please turn off your microphone first? Because we hear the echo. Yeah, we hear the echo. Yes, it's better. May you continue?
I repeat. So I may repeat. All right. One question is about what kind of profession that our students can carry on after graduation. I think firstly, most of our students, they are in English language teaching profession, so they can carry on their English profession career, okay, as an English language teacher, okay, so that you can develop yourself and you can improve your career. And also, if you have no current work position, okay, so you may think about being English language teacher in a school level, in any level, like primary school level and to secondary school level, right? Or as well as being material designer. Okay, so you can be like working in publishing company or organization that looking for material designer. Okay, and also, as you can see in another track, which is English professional track, professional communication track. So you can also work in any international organization in part of communication, okay? And also work as academician, okay? So you work on research or as a research assistant in English language field, all right? And another question, which is about the couple of questions, I'm sorry, and I prefer to keep that at the end, okay, because you asked about the requirement of the program for the MA. Let me share the screen. Right. For the requirement, so firstly, your bachelor's degree can be in English or in other related fields with a minimum GPA, okay, GPAX. It shouldn't be less than 2.75. Okay, that's our minimum requirement. right? And of course, you must have the English language proficiency test scores within 2-year validation. Okay? So it should be valid within 2 years. Right? So there are a variety of tests you can decide to take one of these tests. The first one, which is Toefl Test, paper-based. Your score should be higher than 500. Okay? Or on computer-based, Toefl Test score should be, it shouldn't be less than 200. And Toefl internet-based should be higher than or equal to 70 points. Or IELTS, okay? If you are familiar with IELTS test, and your score should be higher than 5.5. Okay? And also you may take the MFU tab, okay, which is our own proficiency standard test, okay, offered by our School of Liberal Arts at Mae Fah Luang University. Okay? But you should bring and submit your test score before, at the time of submission of your application form. Okay? So your MFU tab score should be higher than 50. Right, and the paper that you should submit, okay, at the time of applying for Plan A, which you are going to do the research base, then you must write your concept paper, which include the first 3 chapters of your thesis. Introduction, background of your research, your on research topic, okay, which detail about the background introduction, the rationale of the study, the research questions and research objectives and contribution of your study. And also in chapter 2, which is about literature review, so you review about related theories or concept of your topic and the research methodology. Okay, so this should be appear in your concept paper. And for Plan B, which is independent study plan, so you provide with your personal statement. Okay, what is your plan for your future study, right? And what are you looking for? What kind of perspective that you have towards the program and your own personal growth or personal development. Okay, that's the overall requirement. Okay, and then once you submit your application, then you will review, the committee will review your application form with all the requirements here. If you haven't submitted any of these, then you will reject your application. Okay, and if you are qualified with all of these, then the committee will ask you for the writing test and the interview. Okay, and then we will, if you are eligible for being our students in the program, then you will be contacted by the university. Okay, and then we can join together in the classroom. Okay, and study together. Okay. And your thesis area, okay, which I haven't mentioned about when I talk about the overview of the program. So the thesis can be something related to teaching intervention, okay, that you learn from theories or the related program. So it might be about blended learning approach, okay, and you apply this and you want to experiment the effectiveness of the approach in the classroom. Okay, it can be like problem-based learning. So it's all about teaching approach intervention, okay, which are up to date. All right, it should be up to date, not out of date. And language learning strategies, right, which will help improve your teaching. Okay, you found problems and then you think from the review of literature and other related research that these are quite effective, and then you would like to try with your own participants. Okay, the research area will be related to discourse analysis. So you analyze the text, okay, and applying your theory in terms of linguistics or other related theories in analyzing them. Okay, it's about learner autonomy, second language acquisition, or anything which is related to your professions. Okay, and you would like to solve the problems in your profession, that can be the research area or research topic. Thank you. I hope that you will get more insight about the thesis area and the requirement for our recruitment.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Ajarn Vilawan. We have a question from the chat box. The interest, the question is, can the candidate use the CET score? I mean, the CET is the national test of China. It's the English test from China, level 4. The level 4 is the participant required to know English vocabulary around 4,500 words. Like, can they use this CET instead of IELTS or TOEFL?
I wish that we could accept that test, but unfortunately, it's our regulation delivered by the university, council. Then we cannot accept for the program. For international program, then we accept only international standard proficiency test. Right.
And I have seen that we allow them to take our in-house test to the MFU one. We will take MFU tab for you to take the test. And next.
Oh yeah, and we have another question from the emails. Some people ask about what if like the classes can't be physical? Can the classes be online instead if the COVID still stay with us?
Currently,
oh, sorry.
Ajahn, you can take
Ajahn, would you like to take this question? That's fine. Yeah, I can take it too. Okay. As I said before, right now, during this year, we are offering the courses online only. Okay, but from now on, we still have to keep an eye on the situation. However, for the coming semester, okay, if you are worried about not being able to attend the on-site class here, we can be flexible for this. We can still we can continue giving online class in case, for those who cannot make it on-site, right? So we will contact you and we will talk about this, right? If you still cannot travel, right, to Thailand, right? So the class can be conducted online especially for the first semester. I think that this might still be online, okay?
Thank you, Ajahn Satima. And for as you can see, Ajahn Vilawan already mentioned the future career for the MA program. But for a PhD program, what kind of future career that they can apply PhD knowledge into Ajahn Satima
the PhD, actually, as I show you, generally our alumni And our current students are English language instructor, right? But we also welcome those in other related fields. So if you are in, for example, in business, but you are interested in pursuing research in English language, right? So it depends on your purpose or your specific interest or what you find useful for you, right? If you are in business or if you are the owner of a language school, administrators of an international school, right? And if you would like to research, if you are interested in research, right, in English language, so that you can use it to develop your career, right? We welcome any other related disciplines, right? But we just have to discuss first about what we can offer to you, right? In terms of English language profession, and then how you can apply, how it can be useful for your own profession, all right? So this will be, we would just, I think that we need to talk about this first. So that's why we have the interview, right, at the admission, right, so that we can see if we can respond to your particular interest or not. All right. So if you are clear when you apply, right, when you submit your application and when you have an interview with us, if you have a clear plan of your research, a clear direction of your future plan, so and you can talk about that, right, so that we can see what we can do for you. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn Sasima, for that. So for those interested in applying our course, I can see that Ajahn Sasima posted the EPD program information. The link is in the chat box, and also international application here. So if you're interested for more information, you can follow the links. Also, Ajahn Pirunkana posted about the thesis and dissertation grant. So of course, you are eligible for the support. You can find more information here. And I know that if you don't have any questions or you can't think of the questions right now, but do you have the questions for later times? Yeah, we have the recording of this open house session to be published on our Facebook group, right? Facebook page. So don't worry, and you can tell others about the course here. And lastly, like before we handle the microphone to others and go and so stay tuned to meet all the current and the previous alumni of the course, and maybe you can see like Ajahn Sasima posted the email. If you have any more questions, epd.liberal-arts@mfu.ac.th. Okay. So I would like to hand the session to the next part.
Before we proceed, I do have some questions from the people who are interested in our program, but they are not able to participate our event today. So the first one, may I go back to the previous question that's asking about the test score. And I think among the standardized test results required by our university, the MFU TEP is like the fee, the application fee is much cheaper than others. But does our does our university offer the test online? If those who carry other kinds of test results and wish to use the MFU TEP score instead.
Okay. So let's hear from Ajahn Sasima first. Then I think for my part, I am responsive. I am a part of the maybe test creating the testing team. We haven't had like the regulation to put the MFU TEP online yet, but soon I think we will have like the policy to put the test online. program.
Oh yeah. So Ajahn, do you have any suggestion? Like if they wanted to take the MFU test or
any other options for them?
Okay, my response is the same as what Ajahn Sirikon has already said. So far, the MFU tab hasn't been offered online, but we can take this into consideration and we will pass it forward to the responsible persons. But there is also another test that you can take online, the IELTS indicator, although the fee, it might not be the same as MFU tab, right? But that is another option in case that you have to take the test and the test center might not be open during this time. However, there is another condition that our university offer to students. If you have all the qualifications, if you are already qualified in other terms, all right, but you don't have the English proficiency test yet, we can accept you with condition, right? So on the condition that during the first semester, you will have to submit the test scores, right? Otherwise, you will be dismissed from the program because you have time, you have about 4 months during the first semester, right, that you can obtain the score, right? So do your best, please, to submit it, okay, to meet the requirement. This is actually not the requirement of the program, but it's the university's requirement.
All right, thank you very much. I have another one too. What if someone is interested in literature and would like to be part of a program? What is your suggestion for him? For example, how he can relate his field of interest to his research project? Since it seems like we don't have courses that related to literature, right? So what is your suggestion, Dr. Sasima?
Well, previously we haven't had our faculty members who are specialized in this field, but so far we do have some of them, actually, a few of them joining us, and I think that there will be more joining us, our program soon. So, and we have received these questions very often so far. So we hear you, and we're trying to do something, right, to respond to what you want. So don't worry about this, and please go ahead and send us the proposal so we can see if there anything that we can do to compromise, right, in terms of the field. However, it's supposed to be the literature that can be applied, right, to the English language use or to instructions, right, English language learning, right? Because the pure literature analysis, right, might not be the aim of the program. Okay, so my suggestion is that you submit your proposal to us and see what we can do. Okay. Would Ajahn Panchali would like to add something, because Ajahn Panchali is in this field? Are there any kind of research that you would be interested in working with?
Yep. So I agree with you that those who are interested in literature might have to adapt, like what you call the project, not to be like just an analysis of a piece of work in literature, because studying PhD or MA, like, you need to develop new things, and perhaps learning this course, you can use all these elements such as world literature or even English as a lingua franca in professional context, like your subject. Maybe if there's an adaptation of that using the collaboration or the knowledge in other fields with literature, and then develop something new. Maybe like in professional context, then you can create like language innovation that would like suit the program. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, ค่ะอาจารย์ปัญชลี Thank you. We trying to make the program interdisciplinary, right? Offering broad areas for research, right? Integration of related fields, right? So don't make this a problem for you, right? If you are not in English language profession. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. If you have any further questions, you can go directly to our website provided in the chat box, or even contact our school or our department for like further information. So please don't be hesitate to contact us anytime. And then let's move on to our last session that you will get to meet some of our current students and also our alumni. Then I will give the floor to Dr. Nipaporn, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Kun Pacharin, and you are also invited to join this session. Okay, so this session is for meeting our current students and alumni. Okay, first of all, let me introduce our current students and alumni. Okay, start from our MA student. Miss Nathaporn นะคะ okay Miss Sally Wu Miss Ya Wang นะคะ and for our 3 PhD students okay Miss Pacharin นะคะ our MC and Mr. Saban นะคะ and Miss Ladida ค่ะ and our alumni นะคะ Dr. Pirun Khana and Dr. Atima ค่ะ okay thank you so much นะคะ for joining us today okay so okay so we start นะคะ from our first question because I think everyone have known our program นะคะ our structure our services scholarship and others นะคะ now it's time to ask นะคะ our current students and alumni who had great experiences นะคะ studying in this program นะคะ okay let's start with our first question นะคะ okay after all of you had decided to study in this program, how could you prepare yourself and be ready to join in this program? Okay, please. And can we start from our MA student? Please. คุณณัฐพร right? Okay, or can we ask Kun Pachalin first? Okay, so could you please tell us how could you prepare yourself?
Firstly, I began study the application requirements and see if my field of interest suits the program. And after that, like I just try to propose my research proposal. If my research proposal could attract some of the instructors here at Mae Fah Luang. So and that is like the very beginning of my PhD study. And I think that's all. Should be here from other students who recently took part in our program, like our first year and our second year students here. Yep. Okay, so you start from learning and searching
interesting topics, something like that. All right. Okay. So thank you,ค่ะ. For others, okay, would you like to share the way that you prepare yourself before studying?
Morning, everyone. My name is Nandida. I am the second year PhD student. And from my experience, it's the same. It's similar to Kun Pacharin's experience. But it's just like when I studied the first year in the PhD program here, it's just like all professors or instructors always tell us to read more and more papers in our regarding our field of the interest. And then after reading a lot of papers, we can just like frame or shape our ideas, and we can see something clearer from reading. So in my case, it's just like I start with the thing that I am interested in. For example, writing problems, because I teach at the Chiang Mai Ratchapat University, and many students, English major students, they cannot write in English well. And so it is the problem that I would like to solve. And after that, after entering in this program, I from gaining many knowledge and experience from many subjects, I think that it can help us to improve our critical thinking skills, our reading skills, and we can link the concept or the ideas from the course to our field of interest. And then I think that just start from our context first, and then relate to the concept or the knowledge that we gain in the class or from our readings.
Okay, thank you,ค่ะ. So it means you have your interesting topic that related your career path as well, right? For teaching. Okay, so for our alumni, okay, Dr. Pilun Khana and Ajahn Atima, how about all of you? Okay, so can you give some maybe suggestions that would be benefit for our students who are interested in learning in this program from your great experience for how to prepare yourself before studying? Ajahn Atima คะ
So actually, from my experience, I think the most important thing is that you have to prepare for your dissertation, which is the most significant things. Because from my experience, at first when I'm studying, when I apply in the program, I still have no idea that I will about research or about dissertation. I didn't prepare myself well for that. So it seems like I struggle a lot at first, and I always change my topic. When I study this course, I will fall in love with corpus, but I change the another course. I also I would like to do this and that. So I always change my interest all the time. We comparing to my friends นะคะ like อาจารย์พิรุณคณา or other students in the class, it seems like they know what they would like to do. So when they study, they seem to develop their own research นะคะ like in every single course, because in each course you can apply the knowledge in order to do your dissertation, right? But for me, I always change and always study new things all the time. I think it would be better if you prepare that if you know what you would like to study for your dissertation. I think it would be great in order to help you develop along the way while you have study the course.
Wow,
That's
this
my
is such
suggestion.
it's such a very good suggestions นะคะ Okay, so to know นะคะ your topic นะคะ your interesting topic first นะคะ it will help you right to easily success นะคะ Okay, so anyone would like to add more information okay from your experiences? Okay, so yeah, okay, thank you ค่ะ
May I have some time to share my personal experience? Okay. Actually, before the course, I think it isn't that much different from what my friends, my dear classmates shared earlier. But I just want to share about what I usually do during the first semester of the PhD program. So there are three important things that work fine for me, but I don't think it might be applicable for the other, but it's just my suggestion. The first thing is, I usually try to have my own schedule up to date, as there are 5 courses for semester for each semester, and each course the course instructor usually provide us a lot of assignment. I would like to say weekly assignment. So and my memory is not good, that's why I have a schedule for each course, and every weekend I need to recheck what assignment have been provided so far, and then to make sure that every assignment be ready for the like a presentation or submission, something like that. And the second thing is try to find the relevant reading materials. Actually, we have a very good online library provided by university, MSU, and a lot of updated journals that we can read and access. And the other website also available. I just go to YouTube to search what is the free website for downloading textbook or document, right? That work fine for me, because I usually am not expert for searching online, but I just try by joining the YouTube and search website, and like we call one that is very good for me, and I really like that is ERIC. ERIC is stand for Educational Resource Information Center, that's sponsored by Institute of Educational Science, United States, and it's free. And there are a lot of updated journal study and articles. Yeah, and the last one is keeping in touch with friends. As the course have been conducted online, so it seems to be difficult in sharing and talking. But anyway, we create an online platform for interacting each other, like a Facebook group, and in case we forget something that provided by our course instructor, we just discuss, or we have some doubt about doing assignment, that we can chat to each other through this. So these 3 important things work fine for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much นะคะ Okay, from your plan or your preparations นะคะ that you shared, it sounds like you have a very well organized นะคะ schedule and ways to learn นะคะ Okay, thank you so much ค่ะ and for the second question, I think that everyone really want to know as well. Is this about doing studying, right? So could you please share any experiences about your study, why you have met your friends, your lecturers, or even though the atmosphere in the classroom, okay, the courses that you have studied, okay, so what at that time, okay, what about the experiences in the classroom and also the courses you have learned, okay. Okay, please, can we go to Kun Yawang, Kun Natapon, okay, from our MA student. Okay, would you like to share, or even though the difficulty that we have learned from the online? Or Kun Pacharin, would you like to share your experiences during the study?
One thing that I would like to emphasize about our studying here is that we have like really great opportunities to meet external or maybe visiting professors from different fields who are globally acknowledged, right? For example, my field of interest is writing, for example, maybe second language writing or EFL writing. And I got to meet Paul K. Masuda from Arizona State University. And he spent like 5 days with us at Mae Fah Luang University before the pandemic of the COVID-19. And that opportunity like sparkles our like research interest and our insight into the writing instruction, like, and we get to know more and really deep into the methods and the pedagogical strategies he implement in his classes, right? And that bring me to our research project. And I think this kind of opportunity, like, kind of enlightened our world of research. Like before that, I think my research field, my research experience is very narrow, right? And then when we get to know more and more professors in different fields, I think I have strengthened my research capability a lot. And I hope if new people come and they can get this kind of experience too.
Okay, thank you for sharing your experience. Of course, this is one of our activities or our services that we provide for the students. Okay, to join the workshop or the seminar and to meet our professors from over the world. Okay, so anyone would like to share your experiences when you have the seminar or workshop, or even though doing your progress report that you have learned something or got something that very useful for your study, please. Or any experiences in the class now, or with friends, or with their curriculum or courses. Thank you.
From my experience studying with my dear classmates, and you, it's just like I have a great experience studying at Mae Fah Luang University due to the atmosphere. When we study, all instructors, they give us a lot of supportive how can I say, the spiritual moral support. And just like when we have any problems in our studies or in doing our assignments, we can consult with the professor, every professors, and among the classmates, we can share everything to each other, because as everyone knows, that studying in the PhD is very difficult. and just like we have to handle with many things, many assignments, many readings, papers. And then if you share your ideas with your classmates, it's just like we can help each other studying and walk through this PhD path together. And it's just like friends or the classmates and the instructors can help us to just like reduce the stress. And about from my experience, the seniors can help us also when I have problems. When I study in the my first year studying PhD, I always call to my friends or my seniors to give me the suggestions how I can deal with the time constraints, because we have a lot of things to do in hand. So friends, senior, the professor or instructors can help us.
Okay, thank you so much, Ka. Sorry, sound like we are warm here, as the second home, to have a great friendship. Okay, we're gonna help for studying as well, and our instructor are ready to help. Okay, for anyone else that you would like to share your experience in the class, apart from the knowledge, okay, the friendship, okay, in the class.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, please welcome.
Good morning. I'm Ya Wang, and I'm a MA student. And for my experiences, I really enjoy my study process, and the school facilities on campus just provide a lot of comfortable learning environment for us. And I am so glad that I have met many friends from like different backgrounds during my studies, and we study together, and I have learned a lot from them. And I really enjoy the process of sharing ideas and getting new ones. It's really helped me a lot. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ya Wang. Okay, so happy to hear that. Okay, so you are so happy to study and work now with friends from different places. Okay, and how about your when you have like any problems about your study and your work? Okay, so I think your friends can be helpful. Okay, for the next question is from your study, how you think that how could you apply your knowledge to fulfill your career path? Okay, อาจารย์พิรุณคณา could you please?
Yes, thank you for your questions ค่ะอาจารย์นิพพรค่ะ based on my experience นะคะ before I study the PhD programs here, I didn't have a lot of knowledge about conducting the research, so I don't have any idea. But when I start for the first subject, so I have to I know that how can I perform, how can I attend, and I follow the rules or even the line that how can I concentrate on the interesting issues on the topic. Okay, so as Ajahn Adima mentioned, okay, so I have changed my topic from the first course that I attend, or the first semesters I studied, okay, and I attached these topics and changed bit by bit until right now I graduated and I'm skillful, or I quite interested in the genre-based approach, and I kind like developed the idea to adapt into my course. Then I implement the kind like this theory to implement in a MA class and encourage students to analyze and knows about the knowledge bit by bit from reading, and then encourage them to write according to the pattern, the standard patterns right here. So that's why I can develop the theory that I found and can apply it into the course that I teach, and then I developed to do the research project and start with these like this theories.
Okay. You can apply all the knowledge and theories in teaching in your path as well. Okay. Anyone would like to add more information about their information on the knowledge that you can apply to your career path?
I think Ajahn Pirunkhana could share her time management when study or doing the dissertation. I think she's the best of our batch that she can manage her time very well, because she have to looking for her daughter, she have to work, but she can like finish everything on time.
Wow.
Mae Fah could share that I think she managed her time very well, comparing to us that always like messy up everything.
Yeah, that's why it's linked to our questions as well, because we would like to argue all about your self-management. Now, how can you manage a work-life balance as well to study? I think because we must study hard as well, right? And how can you manage a work-life balance? Okay, Ajahn Pirunkhana, could you please share your experiences about this, please?
Yeah, thank you for your questions of it. I would like to tell you and share my experience when I studied the PhD. Okay, so according to our batch, that could be like the first curriculum. And for this periods of time, we changed and we improved the curriculum. So we moved from work or weekends into the weekday, right? But when I studied PhD, okay, so I studied on the weekend and we work in the daytime, in a weekday, from Monday to Friday. So when we study, we have a lot of assignment. And the due date for the assignments, just like, okay, so suppose that when teachers assign us to do the assignment, so we have to send the assignments via email before, maybe on Monday or on Wednesday. So it means that we have to work along with do the assignment, right? For me, on the daytime when I work, right, and when I finish my teaching, so along the daytime I will do my assignment, okay, and after the daytime, so about maybe late 10 p.m. so something like that, so I will sleep and I will wake up again at 2 or 3 a.m. in the early morning to do the entire of the assignment. Okay, until 6 o'clock I prepare my stuff to for my daughter. Okay, and that's work again, right, at 8 o'clock. So I will run the routines like here every time and every day. So that's why I can balance working and complete the PhD tasks and including the dissertation as well. Oh,
Wow.
It's very tough and hard, so much.
Super woman. Okay. Anyone else, when you are studying and you have a great time for working and studying at the same time, can you tell us some tips and techniques for being successful in learning in our program? Okay. So Miss Nathaporn, because we are now นะคะ in MA program นะคะ how about your management or how to prepare yourself for studying, for learning, and together balance your work and study together มีคะ
Good morning ค่ะ My name is นรพรนะคะ
ค่ะ
During the study I didn't prepare much about myself, but because I have no job นะคะ so I just do what I have do in the class ค่ะ Thank you ค่ะ
Okay, so that's why you can manage your time, right? Okay, and okay, spend full time in study. Okay, thank you นะคะ and let's to the last questions that we would like you to share นะคะ from your experiences นะคะ Could you please give some like suggestions or tips that how can you be successful นะคะ or be ready นะคะ to study in this program? Okay. So maybe from your own experience that it will be the direction or the suggestions for others who are interested in studying. Okay, can we start one by one นะคะ Okay, let's start with อาจารย์อติมาค่ะ Some tips or techniques
Sorry ค่ะ May I have questions again?
Okay, so Badian นะคะ so if someone are interested in our program นะคะ from your experience that you have graduated from our PhD, okay, could you please give some suggestions or some like things that will be the trick or the tips that can help them be successful in learning, please? Okay, thank you.
So in for studying or for applying ค่ะอาจารย์
For all like studying. Okay, studying first ค่ะ
Maybe we start from in order to applying in the program first นะคะ I think the most important things to prepare yourself is as I mentioned that you have to know exactly what you want to do for your dissertation now for your study, because when in order to apply for the program, one things that all the committee will ask you is about your research. So I think you should not come with no idea, right? You have to be able to like explain or tell that what will be your research that you're really interested in, and maybe you have some like you have to know that a little bit about the literatures and also the methodology as well, not just telling them that, oh, I want to do this and that and those without evidence to support your idea. You should have like study a little bit about what you are going to do. And another thing is which is the requirement of the program is English, right? So you have to prepare for your because you have to submit your English score. So I think you have to prepare for that as well. But for after you pass and then you get into the program, the most significant thing is that your time management, as Ajahn Pirun Khana mentioned, because I think study in both master degree and PhD is quite tough for everybody. You have to study hard, and also you have to read a lot, because the way we study is really different from when we study in bachelor degree that just sit there, listen to the teacher. But from my experience, we have to read a lot. That I never thought that I read many books and articles in my life before, like as when I study PhD. So after graduate, I found that I have like about tons of, I think about I think we can say that tons of books is that we copy from many places or download to read that. I think that one thing is that you have to be patient and also you have to be able to manage your time for your study. And one day you will success in your life.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, this is from our alumni. And how about our PhD? Okay, Mr. Staban. Okay, could you please give some tips or some techniques and ways to be successful in learning? Okay, maybe from your experiences or the difficulties you have met and you can handle these situations. Okay, please.
Yes, thank you for letting me a second time to share. Actually, yeah, I really, I find it really helpful for getting some idea from all Achan that recommending some technique in terms of identify our interest in writing dissertation, something like that. But I just want to raise about the challenges I have faced so far in the first semester, as it can be a guideline for the next semester for the newcomer. I mean the new PhD program student, and as well as MA, as the course might be conducted online, as all Achan have raised. So I just share my experience. Sometimes it seems to be a bit difficult comparing to physical classroom in terms of internet connection and our devices. So make sure that you are ready for the online course like internet and also devices. Sometimes I try to use two PCs to make sure that if one doesn't work, the other might be the helpful one. So sometimes I use two computers for during the course. So it is some challenges that might be useful for classmates as well. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, I think not for Mr. Saban, everyone needs to adapt ourselves and be prepared for our technical problems, right? Okay, for learning online. Thank you so much. Okay, for your
one thing that I would like to add is that don't study alone. Please share your knowledge, your experience with friends, colleagues, and teachers. Don't just sit there alone and thinking, oh, the problem, how can I deal with that and those? But please share your knowledge and students with friends as well. It will be help a lot.
Even though we study online, right? But we have a very good cooperation and keep contact and connect friends, because I think friends or our classmates can help us for studying. We should not study alone. Okay, Miss Pachalin, okay, do you have any suggestions?
I think I won't add more. I think everyone pretty much covers everything that I experienced myself. Okay. I think I wouldn't add much. Oh, no. One thing I think that we can skip is that as we are like most of us are multitasking people, and we may often mess things up, right? Because we do many things at the same time, and that we need someone to cheer us up. Okay, and I recommend that the instructors here at Mae Fah Luang University are those who can do that, since they are very friendly and they are very encouraging, right? They give you constructive comments. They encourage you all the time so you can go further and further, so you won't like stop yourself at some point, right? And you won't feel discouraged during your studying here. I ensure you. So one thing is that I experienced like friendly learning environment, and I think we get a lot of support from friends and also the instructors. So any newcomers who will join us very recently won't be disappointed if they decide to come and like join our program. So I ensure you.
Okay. Oh, so happy to hear that. Okay, thank you so much ค่ะคุณพัชริน and
one more thing is that I want to share you is when you do your dissertation or your thesis, could you please check the timeline according to the graduate schools นะคะ tell you about the timeline of the process นะคะ what the time or duration that you will propose your proposal defense or your dissertation defense, right? And when will you put on the English proficiency test นะคะ so what the duration that you have to propose it, and you have to plan the time fit with the schedule, so the timeline that okay, this month we'll finish writing introduction section, and next month we'll finish the chapter 2 or something like that. When you sentence about and stick with the timeline, so you will finish on the time นะคะ
Okay, thank you so much ค่ะ Okay, moves to our MA student นะคะ Miss Selin Wu ค่ะ Are you with? Okay, could you please นะคะ Okay, from your experience in learning MA program in our university, would you like to share any experiences or suggest นะ something? Okay ค่ะ
I would like to share is that I'm very happy to have these courses during my MA during my learning period of as MA students, and I would like to suggest that we can read more literatures as we can, and learn more knowledge. And if you have any misunderstandings or confusion, you can go ask any Ajahn lecturers, and also our alumni. They will help us, and because I would like to thank them, because I receive a lot of help from them. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you ค่ะ Okay, and the last one for today ค่ะอาจารย์ Miss อายาหวังค่ะ Do you have any technique or tips to give some suggestions to us or to
Okay, thank you. And for my experience, I think I like to say that before we start our study, it is better to have a good plan, because our courses are well organized and each course has relevant requirements and study materials to be studied or completed. So it is important to make a good arrangement of time and energy before we start. And it may be difficult at first, but following our own arrangements step by step to complete our study plan will make the learning process less difficult, I think, for my own experience, especially now that most of our learning is online. I think we need a good plan to organize our learning and life well.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Ka. Okay, thank you for all our current students and our alumni for sharing your experience when studying in our program. So apart from managed ourselves, arranged to arrange our town, okay, and to cooperate with our team, our classmate, or when you have any questions or problems, our instructors are welcome to assist as well. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. Now I would like to end this session, or would you like to have anything else?
Yes, อาจารย์ดร.สศิมาค่ะ Is it possible for us to add all the questions today into like the frequently asked questions on our program website, so people can track on what happens and what suggestion we made?
Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that we will do that.
And I think that would come to an end of our meeting today. And I think it's such a fruitful meeting, not only for the newcomers and also for us, the current students, that we can keep updated about our program. But before we end, do you mind turning on your cameras so we can have like a snapshot of our today's meeting? That's really nice. Ariel, hello, Annie, จันปัญชลีค่ะ น้องอาร์ม are you with us? Thank you very much. อาจารย์ทูค่ะ let's go. Smile, 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 please.
Okay, you just smile. 1, 2, 3. One more time, please. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you very much, Ka.
Okay. May I take this opportunity to invite Ajahn Dr. Sasima to give the last words with us before we end?
Okay, I don't have much to say, but thank you for your interest in joining us. Please pass on. Later on, I think that we can make this into video clip, and then we will spread it to public, right? So as far as possible, please pass it on to any of your friends in your circle, all right? And we hope to welcome you here, right, joining us in the near future. All right, thank you very much, everyone. It's been a very fruitful session. Thank you.
All right. On behalf of the organizing team, I would like to thank you everyone for joining us today. And I hope to welcome all the newcomers to our program this coming semester. And thank you everyone. Have a nice day and goodbye.
Goodbye ค่ะ
Thank you. Bye bye.
ขอบคุณค่ะ